Hello and welcome to another walkthrough by Commander Rogden from Not Rogden Gaming. So last time we looked at making a watchtower, and there it is. You can see what it looks like from here. And if the purpose of making a watchtower is for vision, then the purpose of making your house is for safety. So we are going to go over part of the reason that this was constructed the way that it was. So you know that there is a cobble outside. Now, not just because it looks nice, but because cobble has a higher blast resistance than wood does. So if, for example, a creeper runs near your house and he explodes, he will not destroy portions of your house that would cause you to fall through the floor. So very important to have a cobble framework. I mean, the rest of it can be wood, but I like to have it higher up so that it doesn't blow up. Now, let's take a look at some organization. So over here, we've got our treasure chest. And, you don't have to do this, but you might end up finding that your treasure chest gets filled. So what I do in this chest is I keep it filled with materials for building things. So here's my glass, my cobble, my dirt, and gravel. And this is used for crafting. So, you notice these glass windows here. You might be interested in how to make them. I don't know why they've got these little specks on them. Hopefully those eventually get removed, although you can use an art pack to get rid of them, so you might want to look into doing that. But in order to craft glass, you need sand. So fortunately there was a lot of sand around this area, so we are going to smelt ourselves some sand. Now again, it takes each one of these does 8, so we'll plop 4 of them in there. And you may not have noticed, but in the last little home I built, I had 2 of these as well. And this is just because it takes a while to smelt things, and this will definitely save you time. Again, this is about efficiency, and you want to get things done as quickly as possible. So while those are smelting, I will show you how to make these glass planes. So this is different from the glass, and I'll show you the ways that it is different. So let's hop on outside here. So I put this down, and this is what it looks like. Sort of a square object. And if I break it, it smashes, and that's it. There's no materials that I get from it. Now, if I use the glass plane, it puts that weird, I guess, X-looking object, but it functions like a fence. So it will follow along where I put it. And that's how you make those windows like that. You just put it in between those, and I'll break out the window and show you. But when you kill this, note that it returns the glass to you. So that is very nice. So I'm going to bust out that window and just put it back in. So there it is. And your windows can be any size. Now the cool thing about windows is that you can see through them, but monsters can't. So if there's a creeper outside, he will not start sizzling because you are nearby, because he doesn't realize that you are nearby. Very helpful. Also another vision tool, but also for your protection. So doors. You don't want to necessarily have to chop down the wall every time that you go through. So you want to use doors so that you can quickly open them and close them. Now monsters are unable to open or close doors. So how you make a door is you fashion a rough shape of a door. So you've got your wooden planks, put them in that particular order, and there's your wooden door. So you take out your wooden door. Well, let's take this down. And the wooden door is placed in a location that you put it. So you can no longer attack through wooden doors. You can attack through iron doors, though, and we'll go over that later when we get more advanced materials. But you put this down, and you note that it changes the side that the door is on. So based on the way that you're facing, will determine the location that it starts at. It's not a big deal, especially with wooden doors, but it will make a difference when you're using iron doors. So while our glass is melting up there, I'm going to talk about the design of my house here. So you notice that it's up a little bit higher, which was done so that monsters would have a more difficult time. But unfortunately, because of that, I have a difficult time getting inside of the door because I have to jump, and it does make it a little bit more difficult to dig underneath if you plan on making little holes and attacking enemies through here. But we're not going to do that. The only enemies we're concerned with are spiders, which that doesn't work on, and creepers, which you can still attack from above. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal with the jumping issue. We're going to do that by making a set of stairs. So that's what stairs look like. And you get 4 of them, so you lose 2 cobblestone in the exchange. Or whatever material you're using. You can use sandstone if you want, which is not a very good building material right now. Has the same durability as sand, which makes no sense. And I'll show you how to make it though, just in case you want to beautify your house or something. Okay, so there's our stairs, and you see that I don't need to jump. I can just run up there. Consequently, enemies can do this too, but I am going to build a cover. So I'm going to build a cover up here, all the way around here to a farm that I'm going to set up. So we'll get around to doing that, and so I'm going to pull up some cobble. I'm actually going to start it while our glass is cooking. So again, we're just going to build it out a little bit. We're going to come on down. That glass is done. Oh, one of them is. Okay, so there's our glass, and I guess I put one too many coals in there. There's our glass. Okay, so 64 glass. And in order to make those glass planes, what you need are 6 glass in that particular formation. So you get 16 for 6, a very good exchange. Now, because glass breaks and you don't get the item returned, it's very poor building material. Using it for construction is not a good idea. However, using it for storage is a great idea because it's very compact compared to glass planes. So just keep it in storage that way. But again, you can make windows and all kinds of things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a window in here as well, and I'll basically pause to show you filling in, I guess. But I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to build out a bit and resume when I've got this constructed. Alright, so our structure here and the enclosure you can see is mostly finished. Just the windows need to be done, so I'll show you how to do that. So you just point to one of the blocks beside it, and it fills it in. There it is. Now when you put it here, it does this weird little thing, and you can't make it connect. And the reason for that is there is a door here. So in order for this window to be made, there needs to be a solid object on the other side, which means there is actually a reason that you might want to use your glass blocks, because if you were to put the glass plane here, or the glass pane here, the monster would still be able to see you. There's that open area that they can see through, and they will, if there's a creeper out there, he'll start sizzling and he'll explode. But if you put a glass block in this location, he won't be able to see you. So you can still see him just fine, but he will be unable to come in and attack you. He won't know that you're there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to make sandstone as well as the iron door. So I need 4 sand. So here we set up our sand like this, and we get sandstone. So I've already got one here. And the difference between sandstone is that it is not affected by gravity. So I put it up there. You see that it doesn't fall or anything. But sand, regular sand does fall. So let's cut out a little spot. So cut this out, and you see it drops right down. Which, you know, it makes it useful for falling down locations, but that's the reason that you didn't want your house on sand. Like, you don't want your floor to be made of it, because something underneath could kill your floor and then destroy your objects, or, you know, just make them fall into locations that you don't want them to be. So let's go over here and we'll show you how to make an iron door. It's very similar to how you make a door. So it's just like that. Now this is a very expensive door. Iron is used for a lot of things, and to use 6 of it on a door, just, you know, it usually isn't very useful. I mean, maybe eventually he'll patch this so that zombies will, you know, attack through wooden structures, and you'll need to make more sturdy materials in order to survive. But for the moment, you don't really ever need iron doors. But they are neat, so I'll show you how they work. Now, iron doors operate only using buttons, switches, levers, and plates. Now, in order to make buttons, you need stone, and in order to make stone, you need cobblestone. So we're gonna pick up a piece of coal, and we're gonna cook some cobblestone. And you'll see that's making stone here. So there we go. So there's our stone, and it's gonna keep cooking. So in order to make the button, you do a shape like that. Now, I don't actually need more. You need 2 buttons, you know, 1 for each side. And to make levers, you just need cobblestone and sticks. There you go, just like that. The cobblestone underneath of the stick, and there's your lever. Again, you only need 2, and I've got 2. Skipping through the night, we're going to run outside here, and we're going to use this iron door, but I'm not going to use it right away because iron doors are pretty sturdy, and I want to show you how this all works first. So again, oh sorry, I need to run out and steal this door. I'm going to steal the door here. I probably mentioned at some other point that you could attack through iron doors. You can no longer do that. So that, I mean, they serve basically no purpose whatsoever. Just to be slightly, I mean, they'll withstand explosions better, but it's fairly unlikely that your door is going to be the thing that's hit. So here we go. Here's my wooden door. I can open it and close it. And I can also open and close it using buttons and levers. So I'm going to put down the button, and you'll see that, and it automatically closes by itself. Now, this can become problematic if you can't get in fast enough. So you put it on the other side, and, you know, you might get caught or something. Oh, see, there we go. So if you're getting chased, you don't want that to happen. You want some kind of fail-safe. Now, buttons are good because, you know, they only take 1 press, but you could get yourself killed from it. So we're going to look at using switches instead. So we use a switch and we turn it on, and you'll notice that the door stays open. But when we hit the switch on the other side, it doesn't close again. So that's really problematic because you don't want to have to run back outside to hit the switch again in order to prevent the zombie or the creeper or whatever from coming in and killing you. So there is a way around it, and it has to do with the placement of the door. So actually, you know what, we'll close the door. See how the hinges are on the left-hand side? The hinges are always automatically appear on the left-hand side unless you force it to do otherwise, which is what we're going to do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut down our cobblestone, and I'm going to place the door. And you'll note that the hinges are now on the right-hand side. So when we use the lever, when it's on the right-hand side, it functions differently. See, it is open, and why does it keep doing that? So it is open, it is closed. So this functions the same as redstone and gate, they both need to be up for the door to be open. Okay, so it closes if both of them are down or if one of them is down, which is exactly what we want to happen, because that way you can hit the switch. Oops, you hit the switch, you go in your door, turn around, and then you close it. Now again, that does take more than one action. If you are deft at maneuvering, you can go ahead and use a button, and that will go ahead and open the door for you. So we're going to take a look at how an iron door operates. Again, it needs to be on the left-hand side so that the switches will function properly. But here's our iron door. Plop it down. And again, it works the same way. You know, both of them need to be up, or the door will close. Now the difference between an iron door and a wooden door is you can't open it without a switch. So I'm hitting the door, nothing's happening. And I mean, this can be useful for keeping players out of locations, but this isn't multiplayer. I might go over that when I join a multiplayer server, and we'll go through a walkthrough on that. But again, right now iron doors are just neat. They are sturdier. You notice I do have to hit it significantly more often to take it down. In fact, taking it down is very time consuming, which is why I wanted to make sure I got that right the first time. So that is how doors work, levers and buttons. And guess this about concludes this little walkthrough here. So when I come back, I'll look at finishing up that farm and how you can get materials. So I guess I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.
Ooh.